Hey family, me and Spuddy, Spud again. I didn't think I'd be on here. I really don't like social media. I don't do this. You won't even find me on Facebook very well. I mean, my family, my wife runs a family deal, just one for us. Well, of course, the business is on. I do some lawn care thing, you know. But once again, felt led to get on here. Had to go on a walk. Been thinking about a lot of the rapture idea and stuff. And I've been thinking some thoughts, some pausing thoughts. I've mentioned multiple stars. Seen a green one. Weird, and now I've seen like 3 satellite trains and stuff. Been looking up, you know, every day of my life. Yep. Sorry, hauling out my dog. Got a car coming down the gravel road here. Come here. Let's sit. Sorry. Give me just a second here. Thank you. Sorry about that. So, in the Bible, in the time of the end, it says something along the lines of how they will be, there will be martyrs and things, and people out there saying that he hasn't come yet, and everyone's been saying he's going to come, you know. Well, oh, daggone it. Another car. Yep. Sorry about that. Spud, come here, boy. Spud. Here, boy. Come here. Come here. Sorry about that. So, it seems to me we haven't had a whole lot of people saying that, you know, things are just the same as it used to be from a long time ago. The world's still spinning and absolutely everything, you know. And I know we've had that slight in the past. But as it says in the Bible, as they call for sudden, or as they call for peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. It seems to me kind of like the then, when it says then, it seems like that might be like a period of time. I've heard a couple other people think that as well. Just the way I interpreted it to feel when it says then, because it doesn't say anything like as they call, you know what I mean, or right after they call for safety and peace, you know. But it says then. So, like, some time might have had to have passed beforehand. I don't know of absolutely anything like that. To be honest, I like the Feast of Trumpets idea and things like that as well. But I just don't know. I just don't want nobody to feel, you know, like, oh man, he's not going to come, you know. I guarantee you he is coming. I guarantee you he is coming. Everyone knows it. The people that don't, well, they should be able to see the signs in the stars and things. The moon, I mean, the sun. This 7-year covenant, you know, thing. It's a little different. There's events happening that the government is calling for, and just so happens to be exactly what the Bible is calling would happen. That's a long time. That's a long time. How can it be that just so happens they are going to take words out of the Bible and literally make it sound exactly like what the Bible says, the King James Version Bible says, without it being true? if they're doing exactly what they feel they should do to do things properly by people, if they are, you know, I always try to look good upon the idea, you know. I feel that the government is divinely appointed, or directed out, appointed. But I also feel like there's a limit of how much Christ can handle with them doing bad stuff to the people and telling lies and things like have been going on. You know, it's really sad of how many fires and pestilences and diseases, you know, things like that, famines, you know, that are going on in the world right now, and America isn't knowing anything. I mean, you can still go to the restaurants and still get your burger to eat, you know, mind you, beef is unclean, but if you can't, you know, see that anything else is different in your life besides the global economy. If you do some research on things, the global economy is falling down. Global means worldwide, not just one place. But Italy, or sorry, it's London, I think, or something. I don't know now. But like I said, there's a $16 fee of stuff that people have to pay just to be able to drive their cars on the road. When the Bible straight tells you that we are here to rule the earth. Literally. We are here to rule the earth, to subdue it, to make it ours as we see fit. Now, mind you, we are supposed to be ruling it under Christ, and we are not, so we're doing some bad things. But right now, with the pressures building up in the earth and things like that, the pressure needs to be relieved, and we're trying to stop drilling. Now, don't get me wrong. I think to be going green would be a user-friendly idea. You know, the battery deal, going solar, going wind, you know. But now we are at a time to where it just doesn't really matter. You know, in my opinion, everybody really truly knows when it's time to go, your father's going to call you home. You know, that's all there is to it. Your father is going to call you home. You don't have anything to say about the day that you are going to leave. You know, we don't have a say of the day we come. So, same thing as the day we leave. We have absolutely no say in absolutely anything on that scenario. It's almost pointless for us to even believe that we are in control of our own destiny if we can't even prove or decide when we want to come or when we want to leave. That alone is just proof. I mean, really, in all reality, of the proof of us not fully being free and life being a test of Christ, divinely sent, is, for one, every human being is the same exact. Okay, race is not black and white. Okay, we're all one race. We're all one race. Every single one of us are one race. It's the only difference is the amount of skin pigment we actually have in our skin that tells us what we should be doing, you know, with what politics or whatever the case is decides we should be doing. It's a complete shamble mess. It's all for power, for people to gain power over people, and to have say and to make them think, no, you need me. You don't need anything else, you know. But family, we're all one, you know. That's all there is to it. Anybody that thinks different, well, you better look up your DNA, buddy. You know, 99.9999999% the same, you know. We eat, poop, sleep, everything, think the same, have the same test to take. But the point is, for proof of saying we're limited on our will, and it was the American mindset setting us up, is, well, you don't choose what you decide to eat. We don't choose to decide what we like to eat. We can choose to want to like something, continuously try to eat it, and just not like it. It don't matter. We don't choose what we have to eat. Some people just can't eat stuff, We don't choose what we look like. Doesn't matter what we do. I mean, we could have surgery. Oh, yeah, sure. But it's not going to get the exact look that you want. We don't choose what diseases we get. We don't choose who we like. Our body just kind of pulls to it. Same for love. We can choose to not want to love somebody, and it doesn't matter. The love is going to be there. It's gonna pull. It doesn't matter. We can fight it all we want. We don't decide who we want to love. In my thoughts, I might be wrong, but I don't know. It just seems made to be. Some people just want to love, and some people don't. Same with the thought of we don't choose who likes us. They just kind of select to us. We just kind of connect with people that are like us. Then what else? We don't even choose our sleeping schedule. Really, what we're doing with our lives to a big degree. We can decide, oh, well, in high school, I decided I want to be somewhere. And then after time passes, we're nowhere near where we thought we would be, in our lives. Nowhere near it. We're way off in the left field, way off in the left field. I think that we, as youngins, have decided, well, we want this in our own free will, wanting this. But in all reality, we didn't see what God wanted for us. So we ended up going down a different path, and it just so happened to be not the one we decided. Like I said, I don't know if 100% all of this is guaranteed right, but it's all making sense in a very, very good biblical backed idea. Theories upon other biblical theories and things like that. But I mean, really, if we don't even choose what we like to eat, what we put in our bodies. I mean, that's one of the biggest things we have. If we don't even choose that, or what we look like, or what color hair we have, I mean, yeah, you could die, but then you got to continuously fight it. It's not you. It is exactly what God wants it to be. He decides when we start turning gray. That's all there is to it. We don't decide when our hair starts turning gray. That's it. There's so many different events in life right now that we don't even stop and think about. For instance, when we go for Christ, when Almighty grants us the process of sanctification and we go for Christ, He grants us about 5 things. Love, mercy, strength, confidence, knowledge, and the love's already there. Sorry, guys. It is wisdom, knowledge, confidence, strength, and mercy is what the 5 things are. The difference between knowledge and wisdom, a lot of people don't even know. They sit there and think, oh, well, knowledge, yeah, well, that's learning something. Yeah, that's learning something out of a book, but it's not going to teach you something. You can study all the books you want and not know nothing unless you experience it. Now, wisdom is the actual thought to people as in, oh, well, that's time. That takes time to get your, wisdom out to actually learn. And I stopped and thought, it's not at all. Actually, what it is it's not time. All time does is just makes you old. But it's not even the events that happen in time. It's how you perceive the events and how you have learned from the events in time that actually grant you your wisdom. And God just simply lets things be clarified. Jesus just clarifies things for us. You know what I mean? He guarantees us our knowledge of understandings of a better meaning in life. We just have to find it. There's only one way to go in life if you want to be right, and that's up. If you don't care about what you're doing in your life, well, you can go down if you'd like. You know, you can stay, you could be left behind, and you will have another chance to be able to be taken up again. We will come again to end absolutely everything. But the deal is this is the very last time. This is the end of everything, and we need Jesus Christ in our knowledge, in our wisdom, in our soul, in our thoughts, in our physical, everything. 100%. It's just to be reborn. So the reborn, for instance, you got to stop and ask yourself, the parable of being reborn, I explained a little bit of it the last time, but there's multiple factors here that we don't stop and see. What we don't see is that not only do we not have anything to do with being born, it was our parents' idea and we didn't say anything, we didn't say we wanted to be born, but also it's like a mother's milk to a child. If anyone has children, the saying is, man, look at that baby, it is in heaven. If it's got a baby, if the mother's got a baby, suckling or off a bottle or whatever the case is, that baby, the saying is, oh man, that baby's in heaven, look at it, it don't care, literally. It's got its milk, its mother's milk, or so-called milk, but it's the same exact thing as when you are reborn for Christ as well. Your body and your mind just wants Christ. It feels like it wants it all the time, and it just don't care. If you don't have a pull towards Christ, a strong pull towards Christ. Now I'm not talking going to church and just doing it once a week and saying, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Because going to church is not going to save you. You got to carry him everywhere you go with everything you do. 100%. Talking about him, being about him. If you just share a meal with him, for instance, saying a prayer right before you eat, that is not going to save you. The belief of his sanctification process is what saves us. That is all there is to it. Like I said, he says, I come into you and I grant you this and I give you this and I will change this in you. It is not a factor of what they call works or things that we do or goodwill, right? It is a process of something we do not have say in. And the only way that this process of sanctification will take over is if we truly believe in his sacrifice, that we are unworthy of what we are doing with our lives, and we are sinners, and that it doesn't matter what we do, we're still unworthy. We could try to be good as long as we want, as much as we want, and go to church and be praying and stuff, but if we don't actually truly believe that Christ's sacrifice of his perfect life saved us, and if you think of anything that you do is going to be able to help save you, it's almost like the point of somebody saying, well, it's just a watered down gospel. No, the truth is there's no such thing as watered down gospel. It's just not the gospel. There is no such thing as watered down gospel. If it is not the 100% truth, a righteous gospel preaching, it is not the truth. You have to tell the 100% truth of everything. Our works, our good deeds, good wills, get us the rewards in heaven. So, say you believe in Christ, but yet you're a rotten little turd. Well, you probably aren't going to be looked good upon, right? It kind of falls along the lines, same thing as if he tells you not to be caught off guard, but yet you're caught off guard because you didn't see the signs when he tells you to be looking up at the signs, then that just really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sound very good to be a true believer and to say that you truly have a relationship with Jesus Christ and our all-maker, almighty Father, If we don't have the love for him, an overwhelming love, anything that's greater, that touches anything smaller, for instance, electricity in a wire, or God for us. There is only one meaning. If you put too much power through that line, you are going to overload the wire and it's going to break. Well, he is greater than us. His being is greater than us, and it is not capable for us to be able to handle every bit of his information sent to us in an understanding that a human being can truly understand all the way 100% through and through. It just doesn't happen like that, Anybody that thinks that they can harness the power of God's messages without God wanting that fully done is self-worshiping, thinking that they're more powerful and better than what they truly are, because that is not right. There are messages that we are sent from Christ, I believe, that help us along our road, that we do perceive in the right way, but there are so many more that he tries to send us that we just don't perceive at all, if in the right direction. Yeah, we might have got the message, but we might not have understood it fully, or for whatever reason of why the message was sent, or whatever the case is. Hence the dreams that people have, or thoughts that people have that just click into their mind that they've been thinking about. There's a difference between your physical feelings and the way Christ can make you feel a more spiritual feeling, It falls kind of along the lines of like Pastor Patrick, goosebumps and holy bumps, totally different thing. Goosebumps, they feel like an ordinary skin tingly, everyone knows that. But holy bumps are like goosebumps, but for me it feels like a more spiritual, like an overwhelming inside your body. It takes over the whole thing and makes you jiggly. It's kind of funny how it makes me feel, but that's just my personal opinion on all that, But once again, we don't really know exactly everything. No one knows it all. It's just our job to get on to that type of life for Christ, to try our best to be able to give him what he wants us to do, or whatever. Otherwise, we're not going to see the light. If you walk around with a flashlight your whole life, flashlighting is what I call it, hiding the light, because Christ is light, right? If we go around flashlighting everything, you ain't going to see the whole picture. You go turn the light on, there's light switches everywhere. Just flip a light switch. Just flip a daggone light switch. Or just step outside during the day and everything's all lit up for you, and you can see a lot better. Same exact thing with Christ. If you take Christ and stay in the light, you're not going to be tripping over things that might be at your feet or your hands right in front of your face that you can't see. Somebody just come along and slap you, you know. That just doesn't sound very pleasing to me. I would just much rather know that slap's coming and try to be like, please don't, you know what I mean? You know, but you know how that is, everyone. Oh, Spuddy, boy, he's a loyal, true dog. I love him so much. I've often wondered if he's a part of a guardian angel, you know. He not only has got my back every day of my life, but he's always trying to protect me or trying to be there to help do things. I bet you if he had hands, he'd be carrying things for me all the time. He'd be like, Dad! You know, super funny, but... now that's it. Just like I said, felt led to get on here and tell the family to do not be discouraged. No, he is coming. It might not be exactly when we're thinking it is, you know, but the thing is he will come. Me personally, I'm bouncing back and forth. It's kind of an iffy between mid-treb and pre-treb, because we're not made for wrath, but yet if I were Christ, which I definitely ain't, you know what I mean, but if we were in that direction to be able to set things up properly and decide when things would be taken, I feel like I would probably let them see a little bit of what they've done before I took them off the earth, you know. So just to kind of reassure, hey, you need me, you better see the light, or I'm gonna turn it dark on you. So, but that's it. Until the next time, I love you guys. Spud, say bye. Bye, Spuddy. Bye, guys. Till next time. Love you. God bless you.